Now, a story that has got a lot of traction in the UK, but not nearly enough traction here in Australia, is to do with the World Health Organization. Now, you will have seen various scare stories about, oh, there's a new pandemic coming, the next one's going to be worse, this sort of stuff. You will have read about that. What you won't have read much about is how the World Health Organization, I've warned you about this many, many times before on this show, are desperate to have some kind of global pandemic treaty whereby it would be the World Health Organization who says to separate countries, now there's dispute about what powers they would have, and Scott Morrison said, oh, no, don't worry, it would never get this bad. But at its worst, the reality is, or the fear is, that the World Health Organization will have the powers to be able to say such and such a state or such and such a nation or country or whatever is in a pandemic situation and must be locked down, even if that entity says, no, we're not, or disputes it. That's the fear of how bad it could be. There's dispute about whether that's what the agenda will be. But in the UK, MPs within the government are now getting very twitchy about what they see as the World Health Organization taking powers on a global scale to impose pandemics at will. This is a really serious story, and it will only stop if Australian voters speak up very loudly and very clearly on chat shows and radio shows and so on, saying we do not want a World Health Organization global pandemic treaty.
And
James.
Rowan, I think the thing here, you were right to couch this in an awful lot of sort of cautious language because, of course, there can be extremism. But there's also, a saying that goes around that says, today's conspiracy theories are tomorrow's coming attractions. One of the things that really needs to be noted about the pandemic, too, is that so many of the jurisdictions that did best are the ones that did not follow the official narrative, the official advice. I'm thinking of Florida. I'm thinking of Sweden. So the idea that you would have this sort of, you don't want to say world government because that would be all conspiracy theory, but this world body telling governments how to manage their pandemics, when in fact that world body fell and tumbled for the